Hello guys, my name is Khan, and in today's video we'll discuss that how you can apply date filters in Tableau. So in order to apply date filter over your data, the thing that is must required is that there must be a date variable in your data. Otherwise you can't apply the date filter in Tableau if there is no date variable in your data. So for this video I will be using a data set. This data set, which is the index data set. I will quickly go through this data. It's a very straightforward data. There is very three variables in it. The index is about some European insurance. Then I have the date variable, and then what's the price of that index on the given date. As you can see, our data is starting from 1993 to 2019, 1st January 2019. So what we will do, we first, as I always tell you, that in order to work in Tableau, you have to import your data into Tableau. Then you create your visualization, and in the third step, you share your visualizations with your audience. So first thing for this, for Tableau, I will do. This is the shortcut that I have for Tableau. I will import the data into Tableau first. As I have already shown you guys that the data is in the Excel format, so I will use this option, Microsoft Excel. This is the data set that I have shown you guys within this folder, date filter. Open. So as you can see that Tableau have successfully able to import the data into Tableau. But before going further, as we are going to apply the date filter, make sure that the date variable which get imported into Tableau have the date format. So as you can see that here is a calendar sign we have on the corner of this variable, which implies that this variable got imported as a date variable. I think if you able to see this variable here, again there is a calendar sign. But suppose if there is if the data got imported and this date variable is not imported as a date variable, you can click that sign and you can see that there are different variable options. So suppose if your variable got imported as a number, make sure that you classify it as a date. For me, the Tableau have imported that variable in a right format. Mostly Tableau able to import the date variable into the right format, but sometimes because there are so many styles or formats available for the date, sometimes you may find error in while importing the data into Tableau. Again, make sure that this variable is in the correct date format. Otherwise, while applying the filter, you may get an error because Tableau will say there is no date available. So again, now we'll come to sheet 1. Here you can see that my date variable have this calendar sign, means that it's a date, it's classified as a date. So first, before going further, what I will do, I will create a quick graph. So I will place my date variable here. Then actually I want to create a line graph. But here, important thing to note here is that on my x-axis you can see years. Only years are appearing here because here it's categorized my date based on the year. But I don't want to be my line graph to be appeared like it is. I want the daily changes because my date variable is representing each day. So I will come here and I will use this option, exact date. So now it's showing me this line graph is based on each day how the price index varies based on my data. So now let's see if you want to apply a filter over based on date. So it's very simple. What I will do, I will drag this date variable here into the filter, and we have got some options that Tableau is saying which option you like to say. The most important option is this range of dates, which will also allow you to apply this relative date option. So if I click it and then next. So first, if I discuss the relative dates. So under the relative dates, we have different options. So let's opt the first year's option. So suppose if I want to see here the previous year and I apply it as okay, so you can see that we are currently in 2019 and I said previous year. You can see it here. I have the 2018 data and you can see in 2018 we have this kind of trend coming through, this kind of trend in our price index for the given index. So here you can see how you can apply date filter and how you can specifically look into the last year data. Again, if you want to make some changes, first what I will do, I will clear filter and then apply this date again to the filters. I will select this range of dates again and then next. Again, I will discuss a bit this relative dates first. So previously I have selected last 3 years, so last previous year, but suppose if I select this year, if you remember in the start of the video, we have just one observation from 2019. So probably while applying this filter, we will only able to see just one data point apply. Okay, so you can see it here in 2019, we just have 1st January 2019 data, so that's why there is only one data point, even though we are in September 2009 while making this video, but as in my data there is only one data point, that's why I only able to see just one data point. Again, in order to clear filter, you can just put it outside and clear, the filter is gone. Again, if I want to apply the filter, I will apply it here, and again I will use the same range of dates. And now if I go to relative dates again, again if I select tomorrow, I will find nothing because if I select this next year, I will find nothing because there is no data for the future years. Let's do it. Apply. Okay, as you can see, the graph is showing nothing because there is no data available for the next future years. Again, I will put my filter out, apply a new filter here, and now let's see next. Again, I will go to relative year. Here there is another very important function, which is the last year. So you can apply, so again I have to go to this years option. So suppose if you want to see what happened in the last 3 years, you can change it to up to 2 years, 3 years, whatever you like. So suppose if I like to see what happened in the last 5 years to my index, I will say apply. Okay, and now you can see this, we have data from 14 till November 2018, so it's showing us the last 4 or 5 years data, whatever we have opted in that option. So here you can see how easily with the help of that filter you able to specify the range of data that you want to see, and you want to see that, or maybe that's the range of the data which is more important for you right now. Again, I will tell you guys a bit more options in the date filter. Again, I will clear the filter, come back here. Again, I will select this range of date. Next. And now, as we have discussed under the relative dates, how you can apply filter on the previous year, previous last 3 years, how you can apply the filter on the given year, things like that. In the same way, if we go to the quarters, we can also apply different functionalities of the quarters too. So suppose, let's see, if I want to see what happened in the last quarter, again, one quarter contains 3 months. So selecting last 3 quarters means you're going to say that show me the data from the last 9 months. So again, if I increase the quarter to 5, apply. Okay, so now you can see this is what happened based on the filter that I applied based on the quarter. Again, if I want to clear the filter, I will move it out, apply the date to the filters again, and next. And again, if I go to relative dates, I have shown you that how you can play around with these quarters. In the same way, you can also apply to the months. So suppose if I want to see what happened in the last 3 months. Here, when you opt the last option, it will show you what based on the last month of your data, and it will goes before behind 3 months from that month. So suppose January is the last month, 2019. January 2019 is the last month that we have. So January 2019 is the last month. So if I opt 3 months here, probably it will not consider 3 months from the current date, which I consider. Let's check it. So suppose if I select 3 months, let's see what happens. Apply. So as you can see, we didn't get anything. It's mean that they are considering last 3 months from the given date, from the date which we are currently in. So if you want to see last 3 months of the given date, you have to consider the current date on which you are making this report, and also the last date in your data. So what I will clear filter again add date and range of dates. Next. So while applying these filters, relative date in terms of the last, make sure that whatever consider the current date based on which you are making the report, and also make sure that what is the last day or last month in your data, and then based on that, whatever is your requirement, then adjust this number here according to your need. Apply. So again, we don't have for months, we don't have that data, therefore we'll be unable to see anything. Again, I apply to filter. This time I will go to, instead of relative dates, now I will select range of date. This is also a very very easy to apply filters on the date by using the range of date. If you select this range of dates, you can see that this by default here we are seeing two dates, which is the minimum date. So my data is starting from this date, 31st December 1993, and it is going up to the maximum date I have is the 1st January 2019. And in the range of date, you can easily apply filter by just selecting this the dates from this scale. And suppose if I just want this thing, you can apply it here. That's it, apply. And now you can see we able to see apply the filter based on the range of we have selected. Another thing that I like to show you guys, that if I drag the date variable here again, and if I say next, instead of dragging the dates from this scale, if I just click it here, there is a more easier way to select the dates. So suppose if I want it from April, and if I want to see 25th December 2018 and apply. So you can also select the date by just opting the date, selective date from here, instead of using the filter, the scaling parameter down there. Okay. Again, I will clear the filter and I will discuss few more options which are available under the date filter. And again, I will select this range of dates. Next. And now there is another important function, the starting date. So I'm trying to say that show me all the data based on the starting date. So whatever date is appearing after that date, show me all other dates which are before that starting date, ignore them. So if I say here, you can see that we will be able to see the data from 2nd September 2016 onward till 1st January 2019. All the data before that will be ignored here. Apply. Okay. And now you can see we have the data from 9th February 2016 till 1st January 2019. In the same way, I will discuss few more options with you guys related to this date filter. Again, range of dates. Next. So the same way we have applied the start of day, the same rules apply ending date. It means show us all the data before this ending date. So if I move it, so I'm telling the Tableau show me all the data or filter only that data which is occurring after this date. So you can apply here. Okay, and now we have all the previous data based on the given ending date, and it's not showing any data after which have the date after that ending date. In the same way, if I clear this filter, there are last few options that I would like to discuss quickly. Again, if I apply this date filter here, other than the range of date, there are many other options. Let's say if I say quarters. Next. So suppose I only want to see the fourth quarter of the data of each year. That what's the performance of my data in the quarter 4. So you can select it here, apply. Okay. So now you can see it's showing me all that how my data perform in the fourth quarter. It's not based on all the data. It's only considering the quarter 4, as you can also see it here. Based on the fourth quarter of my data. And again, if I move it back and drag it date here again, in the same way I can also select the month just like quarter. So suppose if I only want to see that how things happen in January of the given year, apply. And now we can see that we are only having this graph based on the January month of each year, and we are eliminating all other months. Again, if I drag out this month variable, put the date filter again, in the same way I can apply the filter similarly in on days and weekdays, and you can play around with these options too. The only thing that I would like to discuss, which is sometimes very important, is the individual dates. So if I apply it next, and if I go to select from the list, so suppose if you want to see that what's happened on the given dates, instead of considering all the data, maybe you are more interested in that some event happened on some date, and you want to see what happened, and you want to compare the events for different dates. So you can use this option. So suppose if I says we want to see that what happened in the 7th January 1994 and 10th January 1994, then I want to see what happened in 2nd February 1994, 3rd February 1994. In the same way, I have selected some random dates, and as I said, and here is an option that exclude which are ticked observation, so only show which are not ticked. So if I say apply, okay, and you can see based on the way the dates I have selected, I can see that this is the price index on the given date, and I can quickly see what happened in those dates which I have opted. So in this video, we have quickly seen that how you can apply the date filter. There's different date filter options available. But again, before applying the date filter, the most important thing is that make sure that your date variable, which you imported through some data, is in the right format. Firstly, it should have a date format, and make a double check with your data source that the date variable which is shown here is in the same format which is coming through your which is in your actual data, because sometimes when Tableau import the date variable into Tableau, even it's a date format, sometimes it shows the wrong date, but make sure that Tableau have imported that date variable in the right format. So that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching the video.